And welcome again, everybody, to a little bit of Wingman wisdom. Now, I hope you'll stick around till the end of this video. If you're an RVer, you got to stick around till the end because it's not good. And when you find out where this guy is in his situation, you're going to hopefully be able to apply that to wherever you are if you happen to be having an issue with your RV and the dealer and or manufacturer. Somebody that knows an awful lot about lemon RVs is a guy named Ron Burdge. He's known as the RV lemon lawyer. Ron has agreed to join me, and we're going to talk about this specific case. And as you hear it, I want you to think about what this man's going through and apply it to your situation. Hopefully it will be helpful. I want to thank you for being with us again today. We've got a different kind of a situation. I've had so many phone calls lately, people that have had issues with their RVs. One is a travel trailer. A guy bought a brand new travel trailer. I sent you the voicemail not long ago. Do you mind if we play that phone call and then we can talk about it? Because I think a lot of people might be in a similar kind of a situation.
Oh, sure.
All right, let's go ahead and play that call right now.
My name is Ken Weber, 904. I bought a brand new travel trailer from General RV last April, and I've had nothing but problems, constant problems with this trailer ever since. As an example, the very first trip I took, I didn't even make it 100 miles, and a tire prematurely wore due to a bent spindle on the axle. I've been broken down the side of the road several times since then, because of the quality of this trailer. It spent more time sitting in my driveway waiting on appointments to take it in for warranty than I've been able to use it. And I've had it a year, and it's back in for the third time, and that's because they're so overwhelmed with appointments that I can't get it in quicker. I need some advice on what I should do with this trailer. They've offered to buy it back from me for $24,000, and when I purchased it brand new, I paid $33. Out the door was $40 by the time I bought the hitch and the sway bars and the taxes and everything else. I need some advice on what I should do with this trailer. I don't trust it. We want to take it out to Colorado, but I have no confidence this trailer is going to make it.
What jumps out at you, Ron, on that phone call? I mean, I feel for the guy. Bought it a year ago. It's a travel trailer. What jumps out to you?
The first thing that jumps out in my mind is the price that he mentioned, because there is some truth about the old thing that we always heard growing up, which is you pay what you get for. And when you buy an RV that is priced typically below $50,000, you need to start being real careful about everything you see wrong with it as soon as you see something wrong. It just is difficult for a manufacturer to sell anything at that price point and make a profit off of it as they wish to do and still put quality into it. So you got to watch out for that. Second thing on this is that he's had apparently a lot of trouble real quickly on it, and you need to complain as fast and as often and everywhere that you can. The one thing to bear in mind is standing in the showroom. When you've got a problem with an RV that you just bought or is still pretty darn new, and you got a problem with it, if you're having trouble getting into the service department or you're having trouble getting them to fix it in spite of multiple requests or attempts, you need to go stand in the showroom and demand to talk to somebody. Standing in their face is much harder to deal with than just simply calling them on the phone or an email or anything like that.
Something that jumped out to me is he said that he paid $33,000 for this travel trailer, except he said by the time he got out the door, it's $40,000. So he didn't pay $33. He paid $40, and they only want to offer him $24 if they're going to buy it back. I mean, that guy's going to lose a lot of money because he didn't really pay $33. I mean, yeah. They added all those other things on, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's how they get up that high. And those other things, those add-ons, if you will, well, basically, there's probably somewhere around 30 to 50 or 55% profit in that, which the dealer puts in their pocket. So when they add $7,000 to the price that would otherwise be for the RV, essentially they're adding to their own pocket about $3,500 or so. And when you go to try to get them to take it back and they decide to offer you money to buy it back from you or whatever, they're not looking at those add-ons. Those add-on cost numbers, that's over with. They're only going to be talking about what they might give you for the RV itself. And that's not going to be anything close to what you paid out on it.
He's probably going to be very upside down too. If he financed, he's going to have to take money to the bank just to get out of this problem RV that he bought.
Yeah, or else roll the debt over into the next one he gets if he gets another one, which a lot of our dealers will do. You're in a spot when you got a bad RV that's still covered by warranty and everything. You either complain and complain and complain, or you give up. And then you trade the RV off and take your loss, or just sell it and take your loss, but there is no good way out of it. If what you've got is a bad RV, you truly do need to complain loud and long to everybody you can about that.
So when he says that, I think it was his first trip that he went on, 100 miles away from home, and the tire went out or the axle was bent or something, at that point, he should have done what? I mean, gone right back to the dealer then, or maybe he did, I'm not sure. But the first thing that happens, you should go back to the dealer.
Absolutely. Go back to the dealer you bought it from, because they're the one who has a vested interest in you not trying to make them take it back. Any other dealer is going to figure, hey, I didn't sell it to you, not my problem. Even when you're there for a factory defect, they'll take the same attitude. So you do need to go back to the dealer. And when you go back to the dealer, you need to precede that with a phone call to the dealer and maybe an email or a letter. And whenever you complain to the dealer, send a copy of whatever you're complaining about to the factory. You need to complain to the factory loud and often and long, and make sure you keep a copy of all of that.
Now, when I take my RV to the dealer and I speak with a service manager, does he, generally speaking, does he have a gut feel for, oh yeah, that's a factory issue, or that's, an owner-inflicted wound? I mean, do they know pretty much just by looking at it, or do they not know and have to just cross their fingers and submit this thing back to the manufacturer?
I bet that about 90% of the time they know where the fault's probably going to lay. Now, they won't know for sure until a mechanic looks at it maybe, but they probably got a real good feeling right off the bat, because this is what they do all day long. So they've seen the problems, they know the problems, and they know where the fault generally is going to lie. The trick to watch out for is that they'll also try to blame the owner every way they can, because then they can turn what would be a warranty repair that they might not get paid for a couple of months into a cash repair that the customer has to pay for right then, and they'll charge more too.
In terms of taking possession of the RV, how do you feel about these independent third-party inspectors? A good idea, bad idea? If you've owned multiple RVs, do you really need an inspection? What are your thoughts before you take delivery without being too big of a pain in the butt to the dealer who's trying to get you off the lot?
I think generally, if you're buying a new RV or a used one, you should always hire an independent inspector from one of these other organizations, not from the dealership. It's going to cost you a few bucks, yeah, but what you'll end up with is a list of everything that is wrong or potentially wrong. You can then go to the dealer and tell them, okay, I'm willing to buy it, but you got to fix all this stuff, and I want the repair paperwork showing me what you did. It is the best leverage you can get. Even if you're an experienced RVer and you can spot those things, the reality is that the dealer is going to pay more attention to some independent inspector who's written a list than they will to you as the owner.
Okay, so going back, and we'll wrap this one up, but going back to Ken Weber, the guy that bought this travel trailer, what should he do? I mean, I know you don't know a whole lot of the details, but he's had it for more than a year. It's been in the shop. He's concerned, I guess, rightly so. What should he, which way are you leaning? Should he take the money and consider it just a lesson learned? Should he go and continue to complain? Should he start a defect diary if he hasn't already? What does somebody do when they're in that situation?
Well, the defect diary is a good point, and I think every owner of an RV should start a defect diary as soon as they see the first defect, and just keep it from there on in. Now, Mr. Weber, he's got a real problem with this because he's had it for a year or so, and most warranties are only for a year. And those warranties also say typically that you have to file any kind of claim within a few months, sometimes no more than 3 months, quite often no more than 3 months or 90 days after your warranty expires. So the clock is running on you being able to do anything about it. And the worst part of it is most of these warranties throw roadblocks in your way. They require that you send them a letter Anytime a repair hasn't been sufficient at a dealer or you're unhappy with it, and you got to send that letter to a specific address, and then if you don't send that letter, they'll say, well, you don't have any warranty rights then to pursue, even though they never get the problem fixed. So what he should do first and foremost is look through his warranty and see what he should have done and what he can do now according to what the warranty says, because you have to cross the T's and dot the I's if you're going to try to go after him on any kind of a claim. Other than that, the best you can hope for is complain and hope that they'll give you enough you can live with it. And then it's a matter of the economics. How much money are they giving you? How much can you get out of getting rid of the RV, either selling it yourself or trading it in or selling it to a dealer? And can you make the numbers match in a way that you can live with the loss that you might end up having to take or not? And if you can't live with the loss, then at that point, you just need to decide, are you going to fight them over this, or are you just going to trade it or sell it and be done with it and go on in life?
Not good, right? I told you. You know, one of the least favorite things about doing what I do is listening to some voicemails that seem to be coming in with more frequency about people that are in the same situation, you know, like Ken Weber was, the man who called and left his voicemail. If you're in a RV Purgatory with your RV dealer and or your manufacturer, you can call, leave me a voicemail message. You can call 24 hours a day. Just leave me a voicemail message. I will try and get it in front of Ron Burdge to get his take on your situation. I do need to tell you we have a playlist from Ron Burdge's videos. I've done videos with him and interviews with him for years. Sadly, and that link will be down below to the playlist. Sadly, the truth is most people will not watch it. They won't watch them at all until it's too late, like it was with Ken Weber. I hope that you will share this video on social media. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to our channel. Thank you to Ron Burdge, and thank you for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time.